On behalf of Digital Assurance and Accounting Board, I welcome you all to this podcast. This is the second year of Digital Technology Awards, and today we have our guest, Mr. Tanveer Saleem, who is the Technology Leader of United Energy Pakistan. Assalamu alaikum Nadeem.
Walaikum assalam.
कैसे हैं आप? Alhamdulillah, खैरियत से. Welcome again, and we are again with this podcast. Tanveer साहब, ये मुझे बताइए कि we have received, I think, more than 100 nominations last year as well, and we are foreseeing even more for this year. So, are there any steps taken by the board for more categories or more subcategories in that regard?
बहुत शुक्रिया सारा. I think last year जो 100 plus जो हमारी nominations आई थी, I think that itself speaks a lot about the success of the award that has taken place when it was launched for the very first time. इस दफ़ा अब हम सेकंड ईयर के उसमें जा रहे हैं. इट्स द सेकंड रन ऑफ द सेम डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी अवार्ड्स, और इन अवार्ड्स के अंदर वी आर नॉट चेंजिंग द टेक्नोलॉजी की जो कैटेगरीज थी, अवार्ड की जो नॉमिनेशन कैटेगरीज थी, कैटेगरीज आज भी वही होंगी जो कि लास्ट टाइम थी, विच इज़ मोर लाइक अबाउट द यूज़ ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी इन अकाउंटिंग, यूज़ ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी इन इंटरनल ऑडिट and about the dashboards. But at the same time, उसके अंदर we have also put in another cut which mostly refers to based on the number of entries. We are expecting much more entries as against the last year. So अगर पिछले साल 100 entries आई थी, so we are clearly seeing कि there is a lot of excitement, energy amongst the finance community about this award, which is actually for them. Now, I normally used to say that the award is more of a marriage between technology and finance. So इस marriage के अंदर इस दफ़ा ज़्यादा लोगों की शिरकत मुतवक्को है. So and more people will be coming in. So we have got another cut which is based on the size of the organization which is sending the nomination. So for example, there could be large scale organization and there could be short and medium size organization. Large size organization could be categorized as all those जिनका net revenue, net sales is more than 25 billion rupees annual basis पे. And then इसी तरीके से जो आपके पास वो ऐसे organization जो कि 25 billion rupees तक हों या उससे less हों, those could be categorized as small and medium organization. So categories are the same. It's still the use of technology in accounting, use of technology in internal audit, and about the dashboards. But yes, there is another cut based on the if we as per expectation, if we receive more entries, then we can segregate them. और ये जो segregation होगी तीनों awards में चली जाएगी, तीनों categories में चली जाएगी कि each category will be actually bifurcated in two based on the size of the organization from where the nominations are coming.
So basically there will be subcategories.
It is more like a subcategory. Subcategories में आती है कि for example, if some entry is coming in into that falls in the category of use of technology in internal audit. And ये वो category एक ऐसी organization की तरफ से आ रही है whose size is say 15 billion rupees. So another entry coming in the same category, another nomination coming in the same category, लेकिन वो आ रही है somewhere around 28 billion rupees की category की organization से. So we can treat them as two different categories. So same category but two divisions. Same category but two different sections based on the size of the organization. This is to actually help and ensure we have the right selection process.
Healthy competition.
And the healthy competition.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Moving to our next question, Tanveer साहब, मुझे ये बताइए कि last year jury को कोई challenges क्या face हुए थे with regards to the nomination forms? कोई आप उस पे कोई हमें recommend करना चाहें, कोई guidance देना चाहें to all our award-winning candidates?
I think jury, the feedback that came from the jury was very overwhelming. जो सबसे बड़ा challenge था तो वो number of entries ही थी. We weren't expecting कि इतनी entries आएंगी, and the amount of entries, and there was all good quality entries. So that poses a big challenge to the jury to make the right selection. So they have to go through the whole selection process. So at the same time when the things were being reviewed as part of the process and all those nominations जब देखा जा रहा था, तो एक चीज जो बड़ी clearly stand out होकर आई कि it seems that most of the people who have submitted the nomination, they seem to have some confusion about the various questions जो कि उसके अंदर होते हैं. कि आपने किस तरह भरना है, कौन से प्रोजेक्ट डालने हैं, कौन सी डिटेल्स डालनी है, कितनी डिटेल्स डालनी है, और किस चीज़ को किस तरह एक्सप्लेन करना है, that could help your nomination to stand out and actually go up to the winning stand. So देखिए जो लोग भी nomination कर रहे हैं, उनका जो sole objective है to be the winner.
Of course.
To be the winner, they have to be the best.
Yes.
To be the best, they have to make sure that they are able to express and communicate and represent the whole project to the jury in a way जो कि उन लोगों को जो उनके प्रोजेक्ट को स्टैंड आउट कर सके.
बिल्कुल ऐसे ही.
एक चेंज जो हमने डेफिनेटली किया है, जो कि सिग्निफिकेंट चेंज है एज कम्पेयर टू द लास्ट टाइम, कि लास्ट टाइम वी यूज्ड टू टेक द नॉमिनेशन, jury used to review them and then actually go through the whole process of scoring and उसके उस मैकेनिज्म पे उनकी नॉमिनेशंस को हम वर्कआउट कर लेते थे कि कौन सी फर्स्ट है, कौन सी सेकंड है, कौन सी थर्ड है. This time what we are trying to do is कि for each nomination, each team will be nominating their project or initiative. They will have to present it physically, face to face, to the jury members as well.
Okay.
So there will be an interview session, whatever you will call it. So once the nomination are sent in, then those people who send the nomination, they have to go through a process of a physical presentation where they can explain it one to one in person to the jury members कि उनका project क्या है क्या नहीं, because that will give another positive aspect to the nominees कि at least वो बात करके समझा सकेंगे. There could be certain cases wherein they wanted to express certain thing and they are not able to do so while filling in the form. So first I think using the help of this podcast, I want to give a message to those people who are trying to send their nomination. इस बात का ध्यान रखें कि जो आपका नॉमिनेशन फॉर्म है वो उतना एक्यूरेटली भरा हुआ हो, इतना एक्यूरेटली फिल इन किया हुआ हो जितना उसमें डिमांड किया गया. सो वी वांट मोर एंड मोर इन्फॉर्मेशन, बिकॉज more information and more relevant information. We don't want the garbage coming in. We want the relevant information based on what is being asked. जो ask है उसके अगर information हो, वो information को then will be actually giving them an opportunity to discuss with us and to present us, so that we are able to grasp the real meat out of it कि वाकई वो चीज़ बता रहे हैं वो उस तरह है कि नहीं. So that is the key change when we want that the because जब वो होता है ना कि जब अच्छे लोग बहुत सारे हैं तो बहुत अच्छे को चुनना मुश्किल हो जाता है. तो उसके लिए we want to try to build in more transparency, we want to build in more clarity, and we want to give the opportunity to the teams who are participating to have a direct dialogue with the jury members, so that they can see and know कि and express very clearly कि अगर उन्होंने कुछ लिखा है और उसको इस तरह express नहीं कर सके, then they still have a one window of opportunity wherein they can come and they can have a discussion and they can express about the whole project that they've done.
अच्छा, मेरी अभी जो ICAP में मैनेजमेंट है उनसे ये बात हुई थी कि लास्ट ईयर जो हमारे पास फॉर्म्स आए थे उसमें इंटरनल ऑडिट कैटेगरी में उन्होंने अकाउंटिंग के प्रोजेक्ट्स दे दिए थे, अकाउंटिंग में इंटरनल ऑडिट. तो आई थिंक ये भी हम अपनी ऑडियंस को बताना चाहेंगे कि यू हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल कि आप सही कैटेगरी के अंदर अपना प्रोजेक्ट सिलेक्ट करके उसको अकॉर्डिंगली फॉर्म में फिल करके दें.
बिल्कुल, आई थिंक दिस इज वन ऑफ द वेरी की क्वेश्चन एंड let me explain this thing कि अगर मैं नॉमिनेट कर रहा होता अपने किसी प्रोजेक्ट का तो मैं क्या करता. तो I need to be very clear, I need to be very cautious in selecting the right category.
Exactly.
Because selecting the right category enhances my chances to win.
Of course.
For example, if I have a project, if my team has done some project which has gone some major impact in the area of say फाइनेंशियल ट्रांजैक्शंस के अंदर, अकाउंटिंग के अंदर, या स्पेशली एक ऐसी इनोवेशन में लेकर आ गया हूँ जिसके लिए प्रोसेस में जो मैन आवर सेविंग्स है वो सिग्निफिकेंट होकर आ गए हैं, बट इफ आई सिलेक्ट द रॉन्ग कैटेगरी इट मे नॉट बी दैट इम्पैक्टफुल इन दैट अदर कैटेगरी. सो कैटेगरी की जो सिलेक्शन है that is a very key thing, and I think that's the main reason to avoid any sort of confusion. We are ensuring कि हमारी कैटेगरीज आज भी वही हैं जो पहले थी. आज भी हम कह रहे हैं कि क्या टेक्नोलॉजी ने इम्पैक्ट क्रिएट किया है इन अकाउंटिंग, क्या टेक्नोलॉजी ने मैजिक क्रिएट किया है इन इंटरनल ऑडिट, और कौन से डैशबोर्ड्स हैं. इनमें डैशबोर्ड इज फेयरली सिंपल, बिकॉज डैशबोर्ड इज समथिंग वी कैन नो. ओके, डैशबोर्ड क्या होते हैं, कौन से टूल्स होते हैं, क्या करते हैं, कैसे इनको बनाया जाता है, क्या उसकी USPs होती हैं, and so forth, and those the people can also find in the जो हमारे जो FAQs जो पब्लिश हुए हैं फॉर्म्स के साथ ही वो अवेलेबल है. जो कंफ्यूजन लोगों को ज़्यादातर आई है जो हमने फील की लास्ट नॉमिनेशंस में, that was between those two के some people were trying to mix together between the internal audit and the accounting. अच्छा, हम accounting की बात करें, accounting का sphere काफ़ी बड़ा होता है. It's got a huge spectrum. Accounting में you get each and everything that comes in. And at times people do consider कि internal audit की चीज़ें भी वो accounting में ले आते हैं. लेकिन it's very clear कि one is more about assurance, one is more about having, and secondly we are talking about internal audit. We are not talking about external audit. So we are not saying that this no external audit thing can come into our nomination. It's more about how and what type of innovation is used using the technology within the internal audit department. Internal audit department का अपना एक scope होता है. इसको मैं इतना समझा सकता हूँ कि if I am part of the internal audit department, then I am not involved into the management practices, क्योंकि मैं उस organization की उन चीज़ों में involved नहीं होता कि वहाँ पे कौन से initiative लिए जा रहे होते हैं. मैं ये चेक कर रहा होता हूँ कि what are the controls are there in those deliverables जो कि normal finance team बना रही है. If there are certain controls which are built in using a technology, then that's the job of the internal audit to make sure कि जो उनके controls हैं उनकी जो authenticity है वो exist करती है कि नहीं. So if I'm part of internal audit, then one of the project could be, for example, कि how can I make sure कि वो reviews अगर मुझे कुछ log से करना है या वो reviews जो मुझे कुछ certain set of sample transactions की करनी है, क्या वो sample transactions के जो review है आज मैं manually कर रहा हूँ या पहले manual होता था, but I came up with some initiative wherein I made some sort of technical innovation or intervention that helped me to save time in terms of viewing those innovation जो कि किसी और department ने बनाई है. वो department finance का भी हो सकता है, वो HR का भी हो सकता है, वो it could be any department within the organization. लेकिन anything that has actually helped internal audit department to fast pace their scope, to fast pace their deliveries,
efficiency,
to increase their efficiency, very rightly said कि अगर उनकी efficiency किसी चीज़ से बढ़ी है, तो that becomes part of the initiative जो कि internal audit में आ रहा होगा. Finance का scope तो वैसे ही बहुत बड़ा है. Finance के scope के अंदर you can go even up to the areas of anti-money laundering. You can go up to the areas of we can take the example of technology, for example. RPAs everyone knows about. And we're talking about technology projects, so I'm assuming कि जो लोग भी इस podcast को सुन रहे होंगे, they are well aware कि RPA क्या होता है. And when you talk about this technology जो RPA की है, तो RPA can be used in finance. It can be used in internal audit. It can be used in other departments as well. Because RPA is something which converts any repetitive human task into an automated process. आप ट्रेन करते हैं बॉट को, बॉट ट्रेन हो जाता है, RPA बन जाता है, चेंजेस आते हैं प्रोसेस में, उसको रीट्रेन कर देते हैं. Now the use of RPA in internal audit will fall into the category of internal audit. Use of RPA in finance will automatically lead to a project that will be part of that category जो कि use of technology in finance के अंदर आती है. So ये चीज़ automatically यहाँ से clear हो जाती है. So my request to all those people who are actually aspiring to participate in the awards is to make sure कि उन्होंने deliver क्या किया है और जिसने जो deliver किया है उसका impact कहाँ पर आया. देखिए as a jury, what jury will be looking into it कि what magic have you created. We're not talking about कि
ERP लगा दिया, SAP का.
देखिए ERP it is a very good point जो आपने दिया कि
ERP last year में ही जैसे लोगों से जो बात हो रही थी and I was explaining them about the project, so they were saying कि ERP है, SAP implementation है, ये तो हर दूसरी जगह पे ही हो रहा है. So what will qualify me to have a winning entry?
Yeah, I think ERP implementation is really qualifies for the nomination. So any organization जिसने ERP लगाया और हम बात भी कर रहे हैं पिछले 4 सालों की, पिछले 4 साल में from April 2020 से लेके March 2024 तक जो भी अगर कोई ERP लगा है, they can send that thing as a nomination. What we are looking into it कि how that ERP was implemented. How much efficiency was generated by the implementation.
I think that's the key point. How much efficiency was generated.
लेकिन जब कभी putting in an ERP is an expensive game. If an organization is putting up certain amount of dollars in putting up that ERP, definitely they must be looking forward कि उसका return कैसे आ रहा है. Return आएगा efficiency के थ्रू, return आएगा speed of execution के थ्रू, return आएगा कि how strongly the technology is embedded in the process simplification, return आएगा how is the technology being used to drive innovation. तो अगर ERP लगने के नतीजे में there has been innovation uplift taking place, there has been simplification into the existing process, there has been the elimination of the manual processes which are being replaced by some ERP components, then definitely ERP is into the game and they have got better chances to actually win through the category nominations. However, at the same time ये भी हो सकता है कि ERP लगे हुए 3-4 साल हो चुके हैं और उसमें कोई अब ERP चेंज नहीं हो रहा, कोई एनहांसमेंट उसमें नहीं आ रही, लेकिन ERP के मुख्तलिफ कंपोनेंट्स हो गए. If there's some innovation made within the HR component of the ERP and that innovation has saved manpower, man hours, that has created efficiency, that has created innovation, then that qualifies for that thing as well. So while we allow कि ERP की entry हो, at the same time we are also allowing कि if you think within the already stored ERP, we have made some process innovation, you have made some process simplification, you have made something that has created an impact, या जिसको मैं कहता हूँ that has created a magic within your organization, then that qualifies for that.
I think that also answers to our third question as well. Can the last year nomination or last year projects can qualify again this year if there has been some upgrade? If you want to shed light on this as well.
Again, the project that has already been submitted has been part of the organization. They are public, they are available. The people must be knowing about it. So obviously those will not be considered assets.
As is status, of course.
लेकिन अगर उसमें कोई चेंज आया है, उसमें कोई फर्दर इनोवेशन आ गई है, उसमें फर्दर कोई ऐसी अपग्रेडेशंस की गई हैं, तो डेफिनेटली दे विल क्वालिफाई. देखिए स्पैन हमारे पास काफी बड़ा है. स्पैन इज नाउ for 4 years. 4 सालों में बहुत कुछ हो सकता है. तो आई डोंट थिंक सो कि अगर कोई ऐसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है इस वक्त जो आज की डिजिटल वर्ल्ड के अंदर ऑपरेट कर रही है और 4 साल में उसमें कोई इनोवेशन ही नहीं हुई है, तो फिर उसके अवार्ड में आने की जरूरत नहीं है. But that's just very simple. Every other day we see there's lots of changes coming in the banking sector. So finance के जो banking sector के projects हैं finance की category में आएंगे. लेकिन banking sector में ही अगर कोई internal audit department है, उसने कोई ऐसा initiative किया है जिसके लिए internal audit processes improve हो गए हैं, या उसमें कोई ऐसी innovation या कोई ऐसी simplification या कोई ऐसी जिद्दत आ गई है जिसके जरिए organization को फायदा हुआ है, then the same banking sector can also apply in the category of internal audit. There could be a possibility कि एक banking sector के ही projects हों, some people applying into the category of use of technology in accounting, which means banking process, which means to make it more simple कि कोई apps बन गई हैं, which means कि आपने कोई bots initiate करवा दिए हैं to enhance the customer efficiencies, customer interaction, which means कि कहीं पे आपने paperless issue कर दिया. At the same time, same banking sector can also have a nomination in the category of use of technology in internal audit, provided their internal audit department has actually made some strong intervention that leads to some efficiency.
Definitely.